That must be the one.
Yes, he looks like a comrade. Yes.
Hitler.
No, that's not him.
Positively not.
What are we going to do now?
I don't know.
This is... We must have missed him. What's it? Be the one who sent on.
I'm looking for Michael Simonovich Ironov.
I am Michael Simonovich Ironov.
I'm Nina Ivanovna Yakushova, envoy extraordinary, acting on the direct orders of Comrade Commissar Rosinin. Present with your colleagues.
Comrade Polyanov.
Comrade.
Comrade Kopalski.
Comrade.
What a charming idea for Moscow to surprise us with a lady, comrade.
If we had known, we would have greeted you with flowers.
Don't make an issue of my womanhood. We're here for work, all of us. Let's not waste any time. Shall we go?
Porter, here, please.
What do you want?
May I have your bags, madame?
Why?
He's a porter. He wants to carry them.
Why? Why should you carry other people's bags?
Well, that's my business, madame.
That's no business. That's social injustice.
That depends on the tip.
Allow me, comrade.
No, no, thank you.
Ticket, please.
Ticket, please. Ticket.
How are things in Moscow?
Very good. The last mass trials were a great success. There are going to be fewer but better Russians. What's that?
It's a hat, comrade. A woman's hat.
How can such a civilization survive which permits their women to put things like that on their heads? Won't be long now, comrades.
Can I be of any assistance to you?
You might hold this for me.
I'd love to.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We are facing north, aren't we?
Facing north? Well, now, I'd hate to commit myself without my compass. Pardon me, are you an explorer?
No, I'm looking for the Eiffel Tower.
Good heavens, is that thing lost again? Oh, are you interested in a view?
I'm interested in the Eiffel Tower from a technical standpoint.
Technical? No, I'm afraid I couldn't be of much help from that angle. You see, a Parisian only goes to the tower in moments of despair to jump off.
How long does it take a man to land?
Now, isn't that too bad? The last time I jumped, I forgot to time it. Let me see now, the Eiffel Tower. Your finger, please.
Why do you need my finger?
It's bad manners to point with your own. There, the Eiffel Tower.
And where are we?
Where are we? Now, let me see, where are we? Here we are. There you are, and here am I. Feel it?
I'm interested only in the shortest distance between these 2 points. Must you flirt?
Well, I don't have to, but I find it natural.
Suppress it.
I'll try.
For my own information, would you call your approach toward me typical of the local morale?
Mademoiselle, it is that approach which has made Paris what it is.
You're very sure of yourself, aren't you?
Well, nothing's happened recently to shake my self-confidence.
I have heard of the arrogant male in capitalistic society. It is having a superior earning power that makes you that way.
A Russian. I love Russians. Comrade, I've been fascinated by your 5-year plan for the last 15 years.
Your type will soon be extinct.
Yes.
Good evening, comrade. This man is very old. You shouldn't make him work.
He takes good care of that.
He looks sad. Do you whip him?
No, but the mere thought makes my mouth water.
The day will come when you'll be free. Go to bed, little father. We want to be alone.
Please.
Calm down, girl. There have been several telephone calls.
Go to bed, little father. Now, may I offer you a drink?
Thank you, I'm not thirsty.
Perhaps something to eat.
I've had all the calories necessary for today.
Oh, yes, all the calories.
What do we do now?
Shall we have some music?
Is that customary?
It helps. It has ever since King David wooed Bathsheba with his harp. Not being so fortunate as to have my harp at hand, I'll turn on the radio. If there's there's anything you'd like to study, please go ahead. I've nothing to conceal. This is my desk, these are my books, and here am I. Where shall we begin?
I will start with you.
Excellent. Now, let's see. I'm 35 years old, just over 6 feet tall, and weigh 182 pounds stripped.
What is your profession?
My profession? Keeping my body fit, keeping my mind alert, and keeping the landlord appeased. That's a full-time job.
And what do you do for mankind?
For mankind? Yes, not so much for mankind. But for womankind, my record isn't quite so bleak.
You are something we do not have in Russia.
Thank you.
That's why I believe in the future of my country.
Yeah. I'm beginning to believe in it myself since I met you. I still don't quite know what it's all about. Confuses me. Frightens me. But it fascinates me. Ninotschka, you like me just a little bit?
Your general appearance is not distasteful.
Thank you.
The whites of your eyes are clear. Your cornea is excellent.
Your cornea is terrific. Ninotschka, tell me, you're so expert on things. Can it be that I'm falling in love with you?
Why must you bring in wrong values? Love is a romantic designation for a most ordinary biological, or shall we say chemical process. A lot of nonsense is talked and written about it.
Oh, I see. What do you use instead?
I acknowledge the existence of a natural impulse common to all.
What can I possibly do to encourage such an impulse in you?
You don't have to do a thing. Chemically, we're already quite sympathetic.
You're the most incredible creature I've ever met. Ninotschka. Ninotschka.
You repeat yourself.
What kind of girl are you, anyway?
Just what you see. A tiny cog in the great wheel of evolution.
You're the most adorable cog I've ever seen. Ninotschka, let me confess something. Never did I dream I could feel like this toward a sergeant. Did you hear that?
It's 12 o'clock.
It's midnight. Look at the clock. One hand has met the other hand. They kiss. Isn't that wonderful?
That's the way a clock works. What's wonderful about it?
But Ninotschka, it's midnight. One half of Paris is making love to the other half.
You merely feel you must put yourself in a romantic mood to add to your exhilaration.
I can't possibly think of any better reason.
That's false sentimentality.
Oh, you analyze everything out of existence. You'd analyze me out of existence, but I won't let you. Love isn't so simple, Ninotschka. Ninotschka, why do doves bill and coo? Why do snails, the coldest of all creatures, circle interminably around each other? Why do moths fly hundreds of miles to find their mates? Why do flowers slowly open their petals? Oh, Ninotschka, Ninotschka, surely you feel some slight symptom of the divine passion. A general warmth in the palms of your hands. A strange heaviness in your limbs. A burning of the lips that isn't thirst, but something 1,000 times more tantalizing, more exalting than thirst.
You're very talkative.
Was that talkative?
No, that was restful. Again. Thank you.
Oh, my barbaric Ninotschka. My impossible, unromantic, statistical Again. This one. Two men are looking at the moon. One of them says to the other, "Is it true that a lot of people live on the moon?" The other one says, "Sure, it's true, about 500 million. Then the first one says, "Whew, they must be pretty crowded when it's half moon." So you don't think that's funny?
No.
Well, it seemed funny to me when I first heard it. Maybe the trouble isn't with the joke. Maybe it's with you.
I don't think so.
I'll give you one more chance. Here goes. When I first heard this joke, I laughed myself sick. Here goes. A man comes into a restaurant. He sits down at the table and he says, "Waiter, bring me a cup of coffee without cream." 5 minutes later, the waiter comes back and says, "I'm sorry, sir, we have no cream. Can it be without milk?" Sure. Not funny, huh?
No.
Well, it is funny. Everybody else thought it was funny. Maybe you didn't get the point. I'll tell it to you again. A man comes into a restaurant. Did you get that?
Yes.
All right. He sits down at the table and he says to the waiter, "Did you get that?"
Yes.
All right. It isn't funny so far, but wait a minute. He says to the waiter, "Waiter, bring me a cup of coffee." And 5 minutes later, the waiter comes back and says, "I'm sorry, sir, we're all out of coffee." Oh, no, you've got me all mixed up now. Sits down at the table and says, "Waiter, bring me a cup of coffee." And 5 minutes later, that's it. He says, "Waiter, bring me a cup of coffee without cream." And 5 minutes later, the waiter comes back and says, "I'm sorry, sir, we have no cream. Can it be a glass of milk?" Oh, you have no sense of humor. None whatsoever. Not a grain of humor in you. There's not a laugh in you. Everybody else laughs at it, but not you. What's so funny about this?
It's 9 o'clock.
That's when one half of Paris says to the other half, "What are your plans for this evening, madame?"
First, I would like to take off my hat. Then, could we have some music?
A wonderful idea. Radio or records?
Not radio. Let's have music that's just for ourselves.
I'll play it very softly, because I have things to tell you about which I can't shout. Darling, You see, I couldn't shout that.
Oh, Leon. Leon, you know the jokes you told me a few days ago? I wake up in the middle of the night and laugh at them. You know that's wrong. They aren't funny. They're silly. They're stupid. And still I laugh at them. And when I look at Bulyanov and Ironov and Kopalsky, I know they're scoundrels and I should hate them. Then I realize who made them like that. And instead of sending my report to Moscow, I go down and buy a ridiculous hat. And if this keeps on, am I too talkative?
No, go on.
Leon, I want to tell you something which I thought I would never say, which I thought nobody ever should say, because I didn't think it exists. And Leon, I can't say it. Party.
Right. Lovers of the world unite.
And we won't stretch up our arms.
No.
We won't clench our fists.
No.
Our salute will be a kiss.
Yes. A kiss. Salute.
I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. No one can be so happy without being punished. I will be punished and I should be punished. Leon, I want to confess.
I know. It's the Russian soul.
Well, everyone wants to confess, and if they don't confess, they make them confess. I am a traitor. When I kissed you, I betrayed a Russian ideal. I should be stood up against the wall.
Will that make you any happier?
Much happier.
All right.
I've paid the penalty. Now let's have some music.
Let's turn on the radio.
Radio? What's radio?
Radio's a little box that you buy in the installment plan. Before you tune it in, they tell you there's a new model out.
Oh, yes. I know what that is. There's one around here somewhere. It has a little knob that you turn.
A little knob, that's right.
Yeah, maybe it's in here.
There's a little knob.
Yes, it has a knob. Now, maybe it's in here.
Knob.
Let's see. There it is. There's the knob.
There's a knob. Now, what should we get? The news?
No news. We don't want to know what's happening in the world. We want to be left alone, don't we?
Yes, darling, all by ourselves. I was interested in what you were just saying. You mean when an envoy goes back to Russia and they don't like what he's done, they put him out of the way?
Not always. Look at me. I've been back twice.
Here's my passport. Please give me a visa. I must leave for Russia immediately.
Count Leon Dalgu. A count, a nobleman.
Don't hold that against me, please.
Why should an aristocrat want to go to Russia?
Business.
What business?
Private.
There is no private business in Russia. This whole thing seems very suspicious. What is the real reason? If you ever want to get into Russia, take my advice. Confess.
Listen, I'll be absolutely frank with you. I have no business in Moscow.
I think so, too.
I want to see a friend of mine, a very dear friend. It's a personal matter that has no relation to social philosophies or politics. It's a girl.
So it is love which drags you to Moscow.
Yes.
No visa.
But I must get into that country of yours.
Oh, no, no visa.
But that's impossible. You can't do it. You haven't the right to... Listen, if you don't give me that visa...
You're going to force us, huh?
Look here, you advertise all over the world for people to go into your country, and then when somebody tries to get in, you won't let them.
Why should I take a chance?
On what?
How do I know you don't want to blow up a factory?
What for? Why?
Or a tunnel, or a bridge?
Oh, suspicions. Nothing but suspicions. That's the trouble with you. Listen, if you don't let me in, I'll stand in front of this office of yours and warn people to keep away from Russia. I'll picket your whole country. I'll boycott you, that's what I'll do. No more vodka, no more caviar, no more Tchaikovsky, no more borscht. No, wait a minute, I've got a better idea than that.
What?
And you can tell the Kremlin that's just the beginning.
No visa.
That Gorganov. You never know whether he is on his way to the washroom or the secret police.
You should be more careful, Anna.
And you too, Ninotschka.
About what?
Oh, ever since you have been back from Paris,
I haven't talked to anyone about Paris. I haven't said a word.
That's just it. It makes people feel queer. And I don't want you to get in any trouble.
I have nothing to hide.
You should. I'll show you. When I passed through the laundry yard today, I saw all the women huddled around this. So I brought it up here. Things like this create a bad feeling. First, they didn't know whose it was, and then they saw the Paris label, and did it start a commotion. Some said it's what we all ought to wear. Others said it's like hanging foreign ideas on our clothesline. It undermines our whole cause.
I see.
You know how it is today. All you have to do is wear a pair of silk stockings, and they suspect you of counter-revolution.
Thank you, Anna. I'll dry it up here when I wash it next. I should hate to see our country endangered by my underwear.
Ninotschka, I'm your friend. You can trust me. Did you bring back anything else?
No. I left everything in Paris. I just happened to be wearing this.
Tell me, what else did you have?
Well, a hat.
What was it like?
Oh, it was very silly. I'd be ashamed to wear it here.
As beautiful as that. What else? Come tell me.
An evening gown.
An evening gown?
Yes, it's a dress you wear in the evening.
What do you wear in the morning?
When you get up, you wear a negligee. Then you change into a morning frock.
You mean to tell me you wear a different dress for different times of the day?
Yes.
Now, Ninotschka, you are exaggerating.
No, it's true. That's how they live in the other world. Here we dress to cover up our bodies, to keep warm.
And there?
Sometimes they're not completely covered, but they don't freeze.
After all, we are in Moscow.
Yes, there's no doubt of that. Just look out of the window and there it is.
And it's great. Think what it was a few years ago and what it is now. It's a tremendous achievement. You must be reasonable, comrade.
She is right. Anyhow, let's talk ourselves into it.
All right. It's great. It's marvelous. It's wonderful. Just see how happy the people look from here.
Can you blame them? At least the May Day parade is over.
That's another thing. It's spring.
The same spring we had in Paris. Just as good.
Even the swallows are back.
Really? Yes, that's right. Maybe it's the same swallow we saw in Paris.
Yes, it is, Ninotschka. It is. He must have been in Paris. You can see it in his whole attitude. He just picked up a crumb of our black bread, shook his head and dropped it.
We must be patient. Finally, we got the spring, didn't we?
Oh, let's forget the future. Let's stop being sentimental. Let's start that omelette.
That's right. Here is my egg.
And here is mine.
And here are mine.
I don't know. Where's my egg? I had an egg, too. Comrades, I'm out of the omelette.
Don't worry, that'll be enough.
Of course, come on. Of
Thank
course,
you.
come over here. We have
Come
it. Come, Ninotschka, let's make it in real Parisian style.
Yeah.
Confiture de fruits.
A man like that, all he has to do is walk through a room and the omelette drops.
Yes.
Paris, I still adore you.
Adore you.
Paris, I'm longing for you.
For you, Paris.
You